Today in crypto, Bitcoin makes a new yearly high, while falling Bitcoin dominance actually allows altcoins to have a little bit of room to breathe. The Federal Reserve Chairman comments on crypto and a very big scam warning for everyone out there in crypto land. The cryptolark, this is where you subscribe to get all of the latest and all of the hottest happening in crypto. By the way, if you are looking for a nice way to take profits and to get rewarded for doing that, then you need to get signed up for a crypto.com debit card. You can earn up to 5% crypto back every time you swipe your card, as well as other great perks like free Netflix. And you can get a $50 bonus when signing up for a card using the link down below. So let's start off by taking a quick look over at the charts. Bitcoin has seen a very nice bit of price action today, popping back over the $10,000 mark after giving everyone a bit of a scare yesterday by dropping back below $10,000. But actually, Bitcoin just hit the high watermark for 2020 at around $10,400. And this is just the first of many high watermarks for Bitcoin this year. I am still anticipating a very decent run over the next 3 months as the halving hype builds up for Bitcoin. We can see Bitcoin increase in price by as much as 40 or 50% going into the halving. Personally, I still don't think we're going to cross over $20,000 before the Bitcoin halving, but it's Bitcoin. The crazy honey badger can do any kind of stuff to surprise me. But later in 2020, yeah, I see the $20,000 mark definitely being in play for later this year. A quick reminder too that 1 million Satoshis only costs a little more than $100 today, which is a great deal. Also, the bull trend is still solidly in play, with basically all of the indicators still pointing up. Check out this chart from the trader and market analyst Willy Woo. Now this chart is looking at on-chain investor activity, and as you can see, it is showing that we are gearing up for some very powerful momentum moving into this market trend. And of course, the Bitcoin golden cross, it is edging ever closer by the day. And when we cross over this line, it will be a major indicator that the bull market is definitively here. Remember, this moving average, this is a lagging indicator, so it's really just confirming what other indicators have already been signaling to us for the past few weeks. And this is happening at a time when Bitcoin dominance is going down. Now, I know that some people might think that Bitcoin price and Bitcoin market dominance should move up together, but that's not the case. Bitcoin can go to $20,000 and lose dominance on the entire way to that journey. It's really just saying that more and more money is going into the rest of the crypto market, while money still may be flowing significantly into Bitcoin. Just check out this chart. It is Bitcoin dominance over time. Now, back in 2016, during the last halving, Bitcoin dominance was over 90%. Today, we are only around 64%. And the market, of course, is totally different than it was back in 2016. We have so many more projects and blockchains. But I see dominance being set to fall even farther since it has recently crossed a death cross for Bitcoin dominance. So altcoins are likely set to be making big moves. And in all seriousness, altcoin mania, when it gets in full swing again, it's going to be insane. Just remember, back in 2017, all we had were white papers and dreams. Now we have loads of functional blockchains with applications and users. We have tokens that are actually creating valuable ecosystems and providing real services. And we have different wallets and decentralized exchanges and all kinds of other stuff that's just really better than ever before. So there are going to be loads of cryptos that significantly outperform Bitcoin in the short to midterm. There will be a lot of 100x and yes, even 1000x coins out there. And it sounds crazy, I know, but this is what's going to happen. We've already seen early signs of this. Now is the time to do your homework, find those really interesting altcoins that have lots of potential, and then hold on for that wild ride. Now that being said, it's not going to affect all altcoins equally. There are some that are going to drop another 90% from already 99% lows. But there are some that will reach new all-time highs. So look around for those altcoins to buy that have really come out of the bear market stronger than ever. You got to remember, 2 years ago, a lot of these companies raised millions of dollars. If you cannot make a nice functional product with $20 million in 2 years, then it's probably not going to happen. And there are a lot of projects that have delivered and there are a lot that have not. So fun question for you. If you had $1,000 to put into just one crypto that's not Bitcoin, which coin would it be and why? Just one, and please share the why behind your reasoning. Hit me up down below in the comment section. Always curious to see what you guys are looking at and what you think has value. Okay, so moving on. Bitcoin Google searches are on the uptrend again, big time, with Bitcoin and Bitcoin halving, both seeing big spikes in interest. Now, unsurprisingly, the peaks in searches for Bitcoin line up with price. If we look at the two big run-ups in Bitcoin's price back in December 2017 and then again in June 2019, we saw those being the biggest peaks of Google search interest for Bitcoin. And since the beginning of this year, searches have increased by around 37% globally. More people are taking notice of Bitcoin. The price is like a light in the darkness, drawing in all the creatures of the jungle. Next up, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell comments on digital ledger technology at a hearing today. While many crypto media are kind of saying something like this for their headline, Fed Chairman shows support for private crypto transactions. And his comment does, but we're going to break down why that's not exactly what he's talking about here. So here's the quote, which is actually just a little portion of his overall commentary on digital ledger technology. So he said, "A ledger where you know everybody's payments is not something that would be particularly attractive in the context of the United States." So this particular statement was made in the wider context of the conversation around the coming creation of Fedcoin. Yeah, Fedcoin. It really was mostly a conversation about how to counter the threat of a rising China and China's digital currency, particularly the implementation of China's digital currency in the One Belt, One Road or New Silk Road project, and how the US dollar can remain globally supreme. Little do they know that it's not actually China they should be worrying about so much. Yeah, sure, China, power, political, geopolitics, BS stuff that they got going on, but really, it's Bitcoin and the threat of decentralized networks on centralized power that is going to bring the whole damn house of cards down. But anyway, let's be clear here. He was talking about peer-to-peer privacy. 100% that the feds will be able to see all the digital dollar transactions that are going on, as well as being able to blacklist addresses and to confiscate funds, all with the click of a button, easier than ever before. Powell is not for crypto privacy. He is simply not for a publicly verifiable ledger. I mean, it makes it a lot harder for stories like this to happen on a public ledger. Steve Mnuchin explains why $1.5 trillion in $100 bills have disappeared. Disappeared. The fook, man. How did he lose $1.5 trillion? Look, you gotta keep it real. Powell would hate something like Monero. He wants a digital dollar with a database controlled by the Fed in which the Fed has the supreme access to and control over. The Fed is not a friend of crypto. The Fed is the standard bearer for the dollar. And finally for today, warning, 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 scam alert, scam alert. Recently, the scammers have started stealing YouTube channels and live streaming the old classic, send us 1 Bitcoin, we'll send you 10 Bitcoin back. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. Please stop believing that is a thing. That is a scam. I mean, just ask yourself for a second, why would a company like Binance or Coinbase just randomly give away $100 million? That's crazy. That makes no business sense. Please stop sending money to these scammers. I've been getting a lot of emails and a lot of comments recently about people asking, is this real? I'm here to tell you, these are scams. I know they look legitimate. They're meant to look legitimate, or at least on the surface of it. but 100% you will lose all of your money. Now let me explain how the scam happens. So the scammers approach YouTubers with a very high price offer to review their game or their VPN or whatever it might be, but it's a software they want to have reviewed. The YouTuber agrees, they download the software, and then their computer is hijacked, and then their YouTube channel is hijacked, and then the scammers change the channel name, turn it into Ethereum Foundation or Coinbase or whatever it is, and they start live streaming the scam. This is the worst scam I've seen yet from these lowlifes. They are destroying the careers of YouTubers who have worked for years to build a channel and a community, gone in a second, handed over to the scammers. I saw a hacked channel with nearly 1 million subscribers the other day streaming these scams. And the scammers are also, of course, abusing the brands of all these major different cryptos and companies. I've seen Binance, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Coinbase, Ledger, Exodus, Atomic Wallet, just on and on goes the list. And of course, the end user is the one probably hit the worst by all this. I don't know, everyone, it sucks for everyone except the scammers. They're making millions of dollars. But these guys, they send their money and they lose it all. Please never send your crypto to these scams, and never, and I mean never, ever, ever enter your private key or your passphrase anywhere on the internet. You are going to lose your money. These scams are currently making hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of dollars a week because people are sending their money to the scammers. Stop it. And it's so hard to track exactly how much they make because they're constantly changing addresses and starting new live streams and hacking new channels, and it's crazy. But one address that I saw yesterday was up for a couple hours. They had gained around 1.5 Bitcoin in just a few hours. Sadly, greed and really a lack of education from new investors, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. All these new people coming into crypto, they're seeing these giveaways from reputable companies on big channels, and they're getting hit. And just look at the PlusToken Ponzi scam from China. They were able to get around 1% of all Bitcoin. That Bitcoin, that's still being dumped on the market, by the way. There's another 12,000 Bitcoin from PlusToken that actually just moved and is probably on the move, on the way to be sent to Bitcoin mixers and then offloaded onto exchanges, and then it's gone. Goodbye, money. The long-term effects of all this is that we have really just these large dumps coming from the scammers who don't really want to hold the Bitcoin, they just want to cash out. And reputationally, there are many people being burned who think that crypto is a scam. I mean, you got scammed by the Ethereum Foundation or Litecoin Foundation. Of course you think Ethereum's a scam. Crypto's not a scam. Those companies are not scams. Scams are scams. Scammers are scammers. Please be careful out there in internet land. It is a crazy and dangerous place for the uninitiated. Crypto's safe, everybody. Crypto's safe. Remember to wear protection and all that fun kind of stuff. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's videos. Seriously, I really appreciate the time you come to take and watch these videos and listen to me talking about crypto on the internet. As always, super keen to know your thoughts, so let me know down below what is the one crypto that you'd put $1,000 on and why. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and hit that thumbs up button. Long live blockchain, and peace out till next time.